Welcome back to Can't Report That podcast, where we talk about funny stories, gross stories, all different types of stories that have happened to us on the job. I guess let's just begin. I'm Sky.
And I'm Oliver.
And I'm
Okay,
Q.
wait. Whoa.
You're welcome.
All right, let's roll the intro.
Radio check. Loud and clear. Dispatch, be advised. Following episode contains stories that were definitely not in the post orders. We're talking graphic content, excessive profanity, and things HR told us to never speak of again. Listener discretion is advised. Copy that.
So to start off, my story is with one particular lady that we've all dealt with for quite some time. She would always come in. She wouldn't always ride the transportation, but she would always come in with bags, just like basically everything that she owned, she would carry with her, like different duffel bags sometimes. And it wasn't always the same, like every other day or whatever. Sometimes she would change. She wouldn't have the same bags as she did 3 days before, maybe because they broke.
Because we have a few of those ladies.
So I referred to her as the Scottish lady. We all figured out her name.
All right, I know who you're talking about.
But we can call her Scottish lady, Mary, I guess. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But like I said, she's come in with carts, she's come in with dollies, she's coming in with like luggage, duffel bags, garbage bags. Like I don't know if like
Tower of Totes.
Yeah, like that's right, a tower of totes. Yep. Like it's like every time she just has not good quality bags that just stay like I don't know. It's like she carries everything that she owns. And I remember like when I first met her, she kind of gave me this like witchy vibe.
See, she put a spell on me twice.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Like, at least in the beginning, she was like that.
Yeah.
Like you didn't want to approach her or talk to her. Like you thought you were gonna get cursed or something. Yeah. But she would walk around and then anyway. But the first time that I heard her speak, this is why I call her the Scottish lady, is because I didn't know she was Scottish. And she wouldn't really say much. Like even if she would like mumble like under her breath or whatever, like as if she's like talking to herself as like a witch or whatever. Like I couldn't make out that she had an accent. I didn't know she was Scottish.
Because she was always drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was always drunk at first.
Yeah. And I remember, I think maybe this was maybe 2 months, 3 months after like I finally heard her voice, like what she actually sounded like. Because other than that, I didn't want to interact with her or whatever. I just let her leave it. And she wouldn't really bother anybody. Like I think maybe a couple times she got kind of like, all right, you gotta calm down or whatever. But it wasn't, anyway, so this was the time where she decided to ride the transportation. So she was going through the turnstiles. She had a ticket, but it wasn't scanning. She was just having a tough time scanning because she had all of these bags with her. So her trying to scan and then also keep with her bags and then go. And that was the other thing too, is anytime that she would, and she had all these bags, we'd have to like help hold the door for her so she can go and move all of her bags.
Like 3 trips back and forth.
Yeah. And some people, like I've helped her. I've helped carry all of her stuff onto, the train or whatever.
I've only helped her once.
Yeah, some people help her. Some people are like, fuck that.
I helped her a couple times.
I helped her once. She yelled at me and I never helped her again. Even after we became cool, I still never helped. I'll never, like, you yelled at me once, I'm not helping you anymore. Fuck you.
Yeah, she never yelled at me. I don't think,
She yelled at me. I just never understood her. So I didn't know if she was actually yelling at me or if she was just talking. Because when I heard her, I was like, God damn Braveheart.
Scrooge McDuck. Like this.
What?
Uncle Scrooge. DuckTales.
Oh. Yeah, okay. I was like, what?
She's yelled at me, but she's not yelled at me for helping her. Like,
no, the one time she yelled at me was helping. She was like, don't touch my things. Or like, whatever. I can't fucking do it. But.
Yeah. So that's what she said for me is,
we know that's what she said.
Don't
touch those things.
It was just me, her, and one of the workers that worked at the terminal. And he was right there with her at the turnstile, like waiting for her to go through to scan her ticket. But her ticket wasn't scanning, and I was maybe like 10 feet behind them, waiting for her to walk past me. And he kept telling her, it's like, no, you just hold it there for a minute. Don't just scan it. It takes a minute to read or whatever. So she kept like flipping it over and doing all that stuff. And she had all these bags with her. So she was kind of like tossing them over. So anyway, it was a little bit frustrating. And then finally he kept trying to tell her, just hold it. Don't. And she snapped at him. And this is the first time I had ever heard her speak. And I wasn't expecting it. And just out of nowhere, she was like, I don't need your help, you buffoon. Now, she didn't actually call him a buffoon, but for the sake of the flair, I added that. But she's like, I don't need your help. I didn't see him. He didn't find it funny. He was just kind of, okay, fine, fuck you then. But like afterwards, we laughed about it. But me, like I had to turn away, like because
it wasn't expected.
No, like I thought she was a crazy witch lady. Like, but then she's like, oh, she's Scottish. I was like, okay, so she's just okay. And then she's gone through. But then after that, like, you know, she became more frequent and like less. I wouldn't even say less of a hassle. She still did the whole thing with bags that became a problem.
She still is?
I've only seen her like once in the past like 2 or 3 months.
Oh,
she doesn't really come around that much anymore.
She might have a place to stay finally. So
yeah,
maybe. Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
But sometimes she didn't. Sometimes she wouldn't ride the terminal. She'd go outside. We would closed. She'd go outside and like right on the border of like the
yeah.
She did that till I left.
She'd sleep. Like she didn't like some of her totes, she would put her totes out and then she'd like lay it on, she'd make a bed. And then as soon as we opened up in the morning, she'd come back in and then she'd
It was
ride.
actually impressive, like the way because she laid, like she had a system.
She knows how to camp.
And to keep protecting her shit. Yeah, that was.
Because it would be like December or January or whatever, and she's out on the ground. She has her totes filled with all her clothes and stuff. So there's insulation, little folded blanket on top of that. So she's like 2 feet off the ground, and she's
big
definitely
thing
done
is
this
she
before.
also knew how to make her coffee. She'd make coffee and then she'd make roll cigarettes.
I never saw that.
Yeah, I never saw it either.
Yeah. She had this pan. She had this pan. She had 2 pans, and when I was working with one of the one of the ladies I was working with at night, she ended up like carrying it, and it was full. And she's like, "No, careful with that. That's my pee."
Yeah, I was just gonna say. When you said she had a pan, I know she has her piss pan.
Yeah, so she has a piss pan, but then she had another pan that had like it was like brown in it, right? But not like shit or whatever, but like it was brown.
Shit pan?
No, well, no. So I thought it was too. And then we're like, what's all this like shaving stuff? She's like, that's how I make my coffee. And she said that. I don't know why I just said that in an accent.
You did it.
Huh? No,
there was no accent.
It was
okay. Anyway,
a little southern.
no, she said that. She's like, yeah, that's how I make my coffee. But then people have seen that. Said that they've seen her like roll cigarettes and like stuff in it. And then someone was saying that like, no, that's her piss pan. So then I'm like, I think she does it all in one.
I don't know, which is another reason why I don't help her, because like she carries her pee around with her. Like I'm not touching her shit. Yeah. Like.
And she pees in her sleeping bag. That was a big one.
I didn't. Mm-hmm. I didn't know that.
Yeah, we were helping her.
Because she always smells clean. She's never dirty. She's always clean.
Yeah.
So
one of the employees went to help her. Probably the last week I was there, right? One of the employees went to help her and grabbed her blanket, one of her blankets, and she's like, "No, I don't need help, right? I don't need help." And he's like, and because they were just trying to get her, like, because
it takes her forever.
Yeah, and it's a long tunnel to get her out of the way for the train, because whatever, because they can't reload until you're out of that certain area or whatever. And he grabbed it and started walking, and he's like, "Oh, this kind of stinks, right?" And she goes, "Yeah, I peed on that," and like just flat out told him, and he's carrying it. Oh, like
it's like, yeah, I pissed on it.
Yeah, it was hilarious because it's what the and then like they stopped doing. Yeah, I'm not touching that anymore. Like,
I never. But like anytime she never snapped at me like with helping her. I was always nice. She always let me help her, and she never really yelled at me or got angry with me.
So like she's cool, not like so. I say it all the time, I like messing with people. So it became a joke, like she became my work wife. And just so you guys understand, she's old. She's not young. She's an old homeless lady, right?
Playfully flirt.
Yeah, one day, because remember she used to be mean all the time?
Yeah.
So she was always mean, so I was like, fuck it. So one day I was like, yo, what's up, girl? When we going out? Like, just to like try to break her, and it did. She was like, stop it, I'm too old for you. I'm like, no, you're not. I like a season. Like, whatever the fuck I said. And ever since then, like, I think that's how we became cool, because I hope she doesn't think I really like her. But it calmed her down.
Yeah.
Because every time I see her, I'm like, yo, you said we're going on a date? Stop it. Stop. And then like she starts blushing and shit. But I think I met her either my first or second day there. Like in the beginning, I met her right away. And I remember actually the first time she put like a hex on me, it was the first night when I met her. We were closed. It was like we had just closed. So it was probably like around 2:00 in the morning or like 2:15, something like that. And we weren't 24 hours at the time. No, it had to be 2:00 because originally the hours were 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. So 2:00, I'm going home, right? So I'm walking to my car. She's walking in, and I'm like, yo, we're closed. And she's like, this is when she used to be drunk all the time, and she's like yelling, and I'm like, at this point, I'm already off the clock. I'm getting in my car, but I'm like, you gotta go, we're closed. And she's just still walking, like pushing her cart and everything. I'm like, you get the fuck out of here, we're closed. And then she's like, I can't even do it. She was like, and a frog on your nose and like whatever the fuck she said. I don't know what the fuck, bro. No, I don't remember what she's. It was like some fairy tale like Hansel and Gretel type shit. Like she was going like this and she put a fucking hex in me. And I think that was the first time I heard the accent.
So like a typical Disney witch.
Yeah, bro, that's what it was.
Okay.
Because she's like an old hag. It's this old hag lady like pushing her shit, and I go to kick her out, and then she fucking put a hex on me and left. And I'm like this old bitch just like put a spell on me. Everything went great. It happened. And then she did it again like a month or two later. And remember in the beginning, she was always drunk. Like she had a serious alcohol problem. One thing for anybody out there that's trying to get clean and they can't, this lady is homeless and she was drunk all the time and she cleaned up. Like she fucking, if she could do it, you could do it. Just my positivity for the day. But yeah, like, and then you guys notice that like once she cleaned up, she became like this like sweet old lady. Like,
but with still snap.
Hope of love.
If you piss her off.
Yeah, if you piss her off, she's still snap.
But other than that, she's like this sweet old lady. Like she just became like the sweetheart.
I remember she snapped so hard because she's homeless, right? So she gets like those like to ride the transportation, she gets like the waiver or the free.
Oh, remember what? I'll tell that story when me and you saw her.
Yeah. I bring that up. I was like, didn't you guys see her?
Yeah.
So she came in one night. We were about to close, or it was like more night, and she's like, "I'm so mad," and I was like, "Why are you mad?" By the way, first off, I had to say what like 3 times because I can't understand her really. But I'm like, "What?" And she's like, "Yeah." She's like, and I'm like, "What?" And she's like, when she went and got the free pass, right? Like, well, they gave her the wrong pass, so she paid for it. So she did pay for it. It just came out of whatever check she got for whatever she gets. She gets checks for something. But anyway, she paid for the pass. There's like a monthly pass you could get. Well, she got it for the wrong transportation. Oh. So she got it for like, it was like a state one versus a city one or something like that. And she was like, they sold me the wrong one. I bought a monthly pass. And then that was all for the money that she had for the transportation that she needed. So I remember her getting really mad and having to like talk to his supervisor. And it's not funny. It's really not. But at the same time, it's funny and I can talk about it. But she had food. She had a container, a to-go container. And the ticket window, like, to go ride the transportation, she was trying to explain to them what happened. Well, first off, being this close to her, you can't understand what she is. You put a piece of glass between with like a microphone, you can't understand anything. So she's yelling at the ticket booth. So the ticket booth, they call the supervisor. Well, it's not like she's just getting mad because, they sold her the wrong one, right? And it's understandable, but... Which isn't on us. That's from whatever State Department or whatever. Yeah. Social Security or whoever the fuck she goes to. Exactly. Yeah. So it wasn't like on like them, but where it turned into like understandable to... not understandable was she got so mad, she grabbed her to-go container full of food and threw it at the glass, and it splattered all over the glass to where they had to, like, obviously clean it up, have a janitor come clean it up. It wasn't funny at the time, right?
I'm surprised they didn't trespass her after that.
They tried. So after that, the supervisor came and talked to us and was like, "Hey, we must try and get trespassed," and asked us if we've ever had these kind of issues with her before, and I've never had those kind of issues. But then the whole tote stuff and having to like tote along. But anyway, yeah.
All right. So speaking of her getting her ticket or whatever, me and Sky. All right. So my wife was driving. So it's funny because I think that's when we were working on my alternator, right? So we're at my house. We're changing the alternator in my car. My wife calls. She's in Tacoma. She broke down. Turns out it's a fucking alternator. We just fixed the alternator in this car, and while we're finishing it, the alternator in the other car is breaking. So we had to leave, go to Tacoma to get that car, put on a tow truck, bring it back to my house. But when we're in Tacoma, we're waiting on the tow truck, so we went to get food by Tacoma Mall. And all right, so where we work, we work downtown Seattle. And for those of you that don't know the area, from Seattle to Tacoma is what, like 40 miles or so?
No, it's not that far. It's like 30, 25, 30.
So from my house to work, it's 35 miles one way. So
it's Tacoma, 89 from mine.
So Tacoma's probably about 40.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
But all right, either way, it's somewhere between 30 and 40. Yeah. Now, it's a homeless lady with a bunch of shopping carts and shit. We're at Tacoma Mall, and I remember like we were in fucking taco time. Yeah. I looked in the window and I was like, "Is that the Scottish lady?" And you saw her.
I saw her.
Yeah, my back was to the window.
So we order food. We go find a seat because we thought the freaking we thought the tow truck was gonna be like 2 hours. Remember,
it was 2 hours and it showed up in like 10 minutes.
Yeah, and literally like we order our food. We go find a seat like just so we can see my vehicle or something like because we want to make sure. And he sits down and I look up and I just see this wheelchair rolling by the door and I go. And I literally got excited. Like, you know how I always get excited. I'm like,
yeah, you can't speak.
I know. I'm like, it's. And he turns and he goes, it's Marion.
So
I mean, he turns and he's like, it's Marion.
Now she's at the bus stop. So I went outside. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing in Tacoma? You're supposed to be in Seattle. And she's like, oh no, I come here every week to get my check. And like what? You come all the way here? She's like, yeah, they give me the check so I can ride the train and blah, blah, blah. And so, but they have places in Seattle. I don't know why she's in Seattle. I don't know why she leaves Seattle, goes to Tacoma, where she could just do it in Seattle. But it was, and then, fuck it, I'll say his name, I don't care. Brian saw her in Lakewood, remember that?
Yeah.
Where he saw some, people have seen her like all over the place. So she gets around more than I do. It doesn't make sense. Like,
well, she gets around like what's his name that we don't like?
Oh yeah,
because he'll come all the way from across, and then he'll go all the way south.
Oh, are you gonna
Puyallup just to go to Costco?
It's funny. I knew exactly who you were talking about when you said that.
Yeah. Because he told me that. He's like, yeah, no, I just thought I'd come out here for a day, and I go all the way this way, and I go all the way that way, just to go grocery shopping.
Did you say he only goes to Tacoma?
I didn't say he only goes.
No, he goes everywhere.
Yeah, I know he goes.
He goes to my house. That guy knows exactly where I live, and it really pisses me off.
How does he get that far?
What do you mean to your house?
Bro, okay, so...
Like in your neighborhood or
too deep?
He knows exactly where I live, the road and everything. So, listen, it's actually... No, it actually really, like, kind of freaked me out, right? I never told you this. I forgot. I never told you this.
Yeah, I never heard this before.
So, I was looking for a gym membership, okay? So, I was looking for a gym membership at the time, and where I live, it's very rural, very like...
You live in the middle of nowhere.
In the middle, literally in the middle of nowhere, right? Yeah. And I'm looking for a gym membership. There's two options. There's one that's like, whatever, you can go 24 hours and it's like you go in and it's about
like
the
Planet Fitness or something, or 24-hour Fitness? Or...
No, it's, no, there's not even none of those. It's like Move Fitness or something. It's like a really small, it's something small like that. It's not Move Fitness, but it's really small. And then there's an athletic club. Right, and I like athletic clubs, but that was my only option, right? There was those two. It was like really expensive or it was really cheap, but like you don't get anything, right? Because it was whatever, just working out. And I was at work one day, like looking through stuff, and he's like, you know, and that guy that we're talking about walked up to me. We're gonna name him. Let's
call him Dick.
Dick. We're going to name him Dick. Yes, we are.
I'm fine with that.
We are going to name him Dick. Okay. So Dick walks up to me. And
pause.
As it always does.
Okay. No. So seriously, I'm looking through, like, you know, I'm on my break, you know, looking through stuff, trying to figure out where a gym membership is. And Dick walks up to me. And
that's gonna make this so much better.
All right.
You did this to yourself.
So anyway, he walks up to me. He's like, "What are you doing?" He won't leave us alone at work. He's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, I was like, "Oh, I'm just looking for a gym membership." And he's like, "Oh yeah, these are the only 2 in your area." And I'm like, "What?" He goes, "These are the only 2 in your area." I was like, "I didn't even tell you where I live. Like, I didn't tell you what, like, what city or whatever." And he goes, and this is so serious. He goes, "Yeah, you know that market on, I don't even remember what the fucking street was called.
Just make up a street."
Yeah, I like Raymond Street or something like that, right? He's like, "You know that market on Raymond Street?" Dude, I literally go, "Yeah, what the hell are you talking about?" Because that market that he's talking about is a quarter mile from my house. Yeah. A quarter mile. You guys, you pass it when you go to my house. Yeah. I literally started, he goes, "Yeah, there's like a little hole in the wall, like little marketplace right here on Raymond Street. And, you know, and if you go this way, there's like these trains, and you go out here." And I'm like, "Why did you just specifically like say like what road I live?" Like he's telling me the roads that I live on, and I'm like, he's like, "Yeah." He goes, "And then if you do this," and I'm like, "What the fuck?" Right? And he goes, "Oh, and then that one gym membership, it's back here behind Fred Meyer. You know, it's behind a Fred Meyer." And I'm like, I'm literally like, this is not like, he's like, "Oh, I know that whole area." He goes, "I used to live down there." And I still haven't told him where I'm looking for a gym membership yet. I haven't told him Tacoma. I haven't told him anything like that. He somehow, and he's like, and because I told him, I said, "I live around there, like somewhere." I didn't tell him what city. And he's like, "What road?" And I'm like, "I'm not going to tell you that, right? I'm not stupid." And then, and he's like, "Oh," he goes, "Yeah, but if you go to this town, there's this, and this town, there's this." I'm like, you go all the way down there? Mind you, I live over 100 miles, almost 100 miles away from where we used to work. Yeah. That is a long, well, I don't think the train even, well, it does. You could take a train, but it's not.
Oh, he says he's ridden the train.
Yeah, but yeah. Anyway.
I don't know how he found out. Like somebody either just slipped up just enough or he like white pages you.
Dude, it was freaking me out. Like I literally was like, because I'm like, "Yeah, I'm looking for a thing." He goes, "Check this," and that's what the thing. He told me the places. He goes, "Oh yeah, check this one and this one. Those are the only 2 in that city." And I'm like, "I didn't even tell you what city." And I literally told him that. I was like, "I didn't tell you what city." He goes, "Oh," and I'm like, "But how do you know that?" And he goes, "Yeah, it's right behind this Fred Meyer here."
White pages. He had to have looked him up.
Yeah, but are you
you just caught him.
I don't even know what white pages are.
He's one of those people that does.
That's fine.
What?
I don't look at color. I'm just kidding. No. I know what you're talking about. Yellow pages are the business, right? For the phone book.
All right.
And then I know what you're talking about, like the phone books.
Yes. Okay.
They don't make those anymore, do they?
No, but you can still look it up online though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I was gonna
At first,
say.
you say you don't know what they are. I was like, what the?
You pay like I don't know, like $10 or something or whatever, and you can search up like anybody's name, or if you have and any information that you give that can help indicate like where they live, like, or if you want to like if you want somebody's phone number and you know their address and their name, you can probably get it, or vice versa. Like if you want somebody's whatever, well, I just switched. I forgot what I just said. But because he's the type that would probably do something like that. I don't know if we've ever talked about Dick yet. And you said one short story yet. But like we never described.
You haven't talked about Dick.
We haven't described Dick yet, but we have a lot of Dick stories.
All right, so
Stories about Dick.
the reason why I called him Dick is because I fucking hate this guy. Like, I don't hear a lot of people, like, I might dislike people. I don't really hate anybody, but I fucking hate this guy, bro.
He goes out of his way to you to dislike him.
All right, so I never liked him from day one, but mostly because he was annoying. That's all it was. And we all felt the same way. We tried to avoid him. He was just annoying, right? But then he just kept crossing lines. And
wait, I gotta say, so he's one of those people that will literally do this. Go ahead, keep talking.
okay,
Tell your story. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
so he's one of those people that will
So, guys, did you hear about? Did you hear about? Or if they start laughing, like they'll start laughing. This is what he does. They'll start laughing. He'll walk in and go.
yeah, he'll just come in.
And he'll change the story.
Doesn't know what you're talking
yeah,
about.
he has no
He'll be in
idea.
the middle of a conversation with people, then he comes up and is like, "Oh, so what's going on? What's going on, guys?" Like, like just trying to join. Like, and like he's just a passenger. Like he doesn't work with us. He doesn't, but he acts like he does. He acts like he's.
And he
one of
finds
the
out everything
employees.
about everybody. Like the second somebody accidentally says your name, he locks. His memory is impeccable. He knows every detail about everybody. He picks up bits and pieces. He probably knows where you live because somebody mentioned something about something down there a year ago, and he heard it and never forgot it. Like, oh yeah, he picked up this shift over here because near his house. Got it. Skyler lives down. Okay, cool. Like that's how his brain works.
And you've told him that actually.
I might have.
Yeah, you've told him stuff like that because when you were gone for such a long time, and he asked, "Where you been, Skyler?" And you're like, "Oh, I picked up this other site that's closer to my house." And
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
Okay.
just enough of stuff like that you've said and probably others have said, he probably figured out.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, it's fucking scary as shit though when you have someone that you don't want to know that, and then they're just like, "Oh yeah, you should check out this place," and I'm like, "How do you even know where I live?"
But all right, so one day me and Oliver were working, and yeah,
That was
so all right, so this guy, he used to be homeless at one point, right? I think that's he hates homeless people with a passion. Like he'll try to fight them, he'll act like he's gonna fight them, but he's actually afraid of confrontation, and he'll run away. And he tries to act like he has a gun, but it's his phone on his hip.
all bark, no bite.
Like he'll call the cops all the time for no reason. So this one day, I'm working with Oliver, and he calls the cops. So first, we're working together, and one of the janitors, sweetheart, love her, she's an amazing person, super paranoid and super like neurotic, right? So we're outside, and I mean that in the nicest way. But so we're outside waiting to like load the train and stuff, and she comes out and like, people are just like panicking and not making any sense. She's like, you guys, he's got to kill him. You got to do something. Nobody deserves that. And we're like, what the fuck are you talking about? And she's like, nobody deserves that. He's got to kill him. And we're looking and everything was fine. And we're like, what are you talking about? And it's like, the guy it's like, she's in full panic mode and like, all right, calm down. And then finally she got her to calm down. And she said, basically, Dick is arguing with this kid. Basically, he accused this kid of being homeless and like started screaming at him. And the kid said that he was gonna kill him. So we're like, all right, cool, I'll talk to him. Like I wasn't in any rush or whatever. I'm like, all right, whatever, I'll talk to him. Maybe like 30 seconds to a minute later, the fucking kid comes up to us and he's like, hey, I just wanna let you guys know. And he comes up to me and Oliver. And he's like, just wanna let you guys know, that guy over there, he was fucking with me. And I told him point blank, if he doesn't get out of my face, I'm gonna kick his ass. And this kid is huge. This kid is what, like 6'4", 6'5"?
Yeah, that's a big dude.
Bit like 400 pounds, like big ass kid, right?
Which isn't a surprise because he'll always pick, it doesn't matter how big they are, he'll pick fights with everybody. And it's like Little Boy Who Cried Wolf. It's like, that's why we're not in such a hurry to get to it, because it's like, anytime that he comes to us to complain about something, we know, fuck Dick, what'd you do now?
Yeah.
Like we know he did something to whoever this is.
Wait, let me ask. Was he black?
Yes, he was black.
Okay.
That's part of the story. So yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So a kid walks up and he's like, yeah, just so you guys know, this is what happened. I told the kid, don't worry about it. He does it all the time. Like, we're used to it. You're defending yourself. You didn't do anything wrong. I'll go talk to him, right? Now, normally I'd address it later, but at that point I'm like, let me go talk to him now because like now I have the kid was what, like 15, 16, something like that. So I'm like, all right, let me go talk to him now because he's harassing little kids. So I go over to him. Thankfully, I went over to him when I did because he's on the phone. He's on the phone with PD, right? Call 911. Now he's such a menace that they know, the 911 operators know him. And then also he has cops' individual phone numbers, like their cell numbers. Like he gets people's phone numbers and calls them directly. But this wasn't that. He was on the phone with dispatch. So I walk over, he's on speakerphone, and he's like, yeah, this kid is threatening me, and I'm fearing for my life, and like I'm hearing him say all this while I walk over. So immediately I'm like, hey, because he's on speaker. So I'm like, hey, this is security at the terminal. You don't have to say anybody. I got it covered. And he's like, no. He's like trying to hide the phone, and I'm like, don't worry about it. There's nothing going on here. I'll take care of it. And the dispatcher already knew who it was, and she's like, yeah. That's what I figured. You guys get over there? And I'm like, yeah, we're good. We'll take care of it. He was so pissed, right? And he's like, he threatened to kill me. Now he's yelling at me. I'm like, all right, bro. He said you started harassing him, telling him he's homeless. And he's like, he is homeless. I'm like, he's not homeless. He comes in here every fucking day. And there's a whole group of kids that actually, in one of the previous episodes, we were talking about the kids with the cones in their shirt. And he's part of that crew. So he's a regular. A lot of times they make trouble, but this time he wasn't doing anything. He was just trying to go home, right? But I'm like, he's not homeless. He rides the boat every day, and he's like 15 or 16. Why are you harassing a little kid? And he's like, well, he threatened to kill me. And I'm like, you wouldn't leave him alone. Like, because he's a minor, he's supposed, like, it doesn't matter. If you're fucking with me, I'm gonna tell you back off before we have a problem, right? That's a regular thing. Get out of my face. That's what we do. Yeah. Him being a kid doesn't change that. He still wants you to get the fuck out of his face, right? So he's like, well, I'm not riding with him, and I don't know, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, all right, bro, look, it's the last train of the night. He's a kid. Excuse me. I'm like, he's a kid. He's getting on that train. I can't keep him here. I have to make sure he gets home. You could get on a train with him, or you could stay here. That's up to you. And if you don't go home, you don't go home. I don't give a shit, but I'm not keeping a minor here because you felt like harassing him and now you don't feel safe riding with him. We already spoke to him. He's not gonna bother you. He doesn't want anything to do with you. If you stay away from him, he's gonna stay away from you. He doesn't want shit to do with you. He sits here, you sit over there, you stay as far away from each other, and everybody goes home. And he's like, I'm not getting on a train with him, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, then you could stay here. I don't give a shit. He's riding. What are you gonna do? And then he's like, I'm not getting on a train with that black piece of shit. He says this to me. Like, he's talking to me, right? And here's the thing, like, and we've all heard it. Like, we've all heard people say that he's racist, but he switches, like, if he's talking to me, he'll say shit about, like, Mexicans and Chinese people or whatever. If he's talking to a Mexican, he'll be like, oh, black people. Like, he switches who he's racist with depending on who he's talking to.
Like racist comments, like you can but nothing like this. This is
I haven't heard him say racist shit. I've heard him say racial shit. I haven't heard him say racist shit. But other people have said that I've heard it from people. I've never heard it from him. But he's like, I'm not getting on the boat with that little black piece of shit. And I'm like, get the fuck out. And he's like, what? I was like, cool. You don't have to ride. You could sleep in Seattle tonight. Get the fuck out. And he's like, no, I'm not racist. I'm like, you sound pretty fucking racist. And he's like, that's not what I meant. And I'm like, I don't care. You just said you're not getting on the train with him. Oh, look, at that point they were already loading. So I'm like, he's already on the train. We're closing in like 30 seconds. You're not getting on it. Cool. Get the fuck out. So he ended up sleeping on like a bench or something. I don't give a shit. Right. So.
Yeah, because like, how hard would it have just been to say that piece of shit? Right. Like, the fact that he added that, like,
but the way he gets, like, the way he just fucking, yeah, so it doesn't, it slips, so slip. Yeah. I can get that.
But then, so after that, the next day, he tries to apologize to me, right? So I come in, so first, when that happened, I was working overnight with you. I was doing a grave shift. The supervisors come in at what, 5:30? we open at 6, but I think they start at 5:30 or something.
Yeah.
So in the morning, I told the supervisor everything that happened. They all hate him. Everybody knows him. So they're like, yeah, fuck him. Like, they're like, you handle, because I wanted to make sure everything was cool. So I'm like, hey, this is what happened, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, yeah, fuck that guy. You did the right thing. You can't be racist in here. I'm like, all right, perfect. And they're like, wish we trespassed him, right? But we all have the power to trespass people there. But the supervisors, they were cool with it. So the next day he comes in and he tries to apologize to me. I'm like, bro, like, no, just, I'm not talking to you. Like, leave me alone, right? So, all right, so this was, I remember exactly, it was, because I used to work grade shifts with you on Tuesdays. It was Thanksgiving week. So it was the Tuesday before Thanksgiving. I remember exactly when it was, right? So that's the end of November. All of December and like half of January, every time he'd see me, like he'd walk through the door and he'd try to apologize to me. Now, I respect it. I'm not mad that, like, at this point, I'm done with him, but I respect that he tried to make it right. I'll give him that. There was nothing to make right. I'm not talking to him anymore, so fuck it, right? But every time he'd come through the door, like I'd see him come through the door and I would just walk away because I know he's gonna try to come and talk to me, right? So then he came in, hey man, I'm like, no, it's good. Hey, bro, just stop, right? So then one night I'm working with him and swipes his ticket, he goes to the turnstile, and before he's like, I'm like, bro, stop. Like, so did I say anything more than that? 2 words. That's all I said. Looked him dead in the eye. I was like, bro, stop. He got pissed and walked out the door, right? Now, the next day, I forgot what happened. I didn't come to work the next day. Like, I was scheduled to work the next day, but I was out sick for whatever reason. I don't remember. That day, he came in. He wrote, like, a fucking manifesto. He sent the email to the state, because it's a state facility. He sent the email to the state to get me removed. He complained to like the supervisors there. He demanded to speak to a trooper and he wanted me arrested on the spot. I wasn't there. I was at home. So he shows up, there's somebody else working my shift because he knows when I work. So he showed up for my shift. I'm not there. He wanted them to arrest me. Because I wasn't there, he tried to have troopers come to my house and get me arrested, right? Like, this is how far he took it. Obviously, they told him to fuck off. They're not doing it. And all the troopers hate him too. Because he's gotten them in trouble. He's called, like, he'll call and complain about you. Like, let's say you're a trooper. He'll call and complain, hey, Skyler, blah, blah, blah. He tries to get you in trouble. Then a week later, hey, I need your help with something. Of course you're not going to get fucking help, right? So he did all that shit. None of it worked. He reached out to the owner of the security company and contacted him to get me in trouble. So, like, I'm one of the instructors. I teach like first aid, CPR, and all that. I'm in my CPR class, and I guess like the number 2, like not so much vice president, but like if that was the title, he'd be the vice president of the company. He's like, hey, can I talk to you for a second? I'm like, sure. And I'm wondering what the fuck is going on, right? And he's like, so the owner, he was contacted by this guy named Dick, and he said, blah, blah, blah. It seems like he's a little unhinged. Did any of this happen? I'm like, yeah, it happened, but this is what, and I explained it, and he's like, yeah, that's what I thought. And he's like, well, he said that you were like cursing at him or whatever. I'm like, well, no, that part didn't happen, but like everything else, like he's like, yeah, okay, he seemed a little crazy, cool. But like, he tried to get me fired. He tried to get me arrested. He tried to have the state come after me. Like, that's how crazy he is, right? So now every time after that, it's like, all right, gloves off, right? So every time he comes in, I would purposely, like, he'd walk to the door and I would just look at him and laugh. Like, I wouldn't say anything. Like, as soon as he comes to the door, I would just, because I know he feels like, yeah, I called everybody. I won, right? As soon as he comes to the door, I just look at him and start laughing. I wouldn't move, like, because there's cameras everywhere, so I'd be perfectly still just, so it's laughing. So from a distance, so like if they look at the camera, like he's flipping out, but I'm not doing anything, right? So he's fucking crazy. So or like he'd look at me from across, and he gives you like this, like you've all seen that weird look that he gives you, that like beady-eyed, like piercing look. So he'd look at me, so I'd just stare back at him and start laughing, and then he'd like turn his head real quick. So like little stuff like that. Like I don't talk to him at all. But if you're looking at me, I'm just looking back. That's all. Because I know it pisses him off, right?
Yeah.
But so I also, every once in a while I do bouncing at a bar in Seattle that's right by the terminal. I think I told you guys about this like 2 or 3 weeks ago so I'm working and so one time, maybe like a year ago. So this happened a while ago. So like a year ago, I'm at the door of the bar and he comes up and he's just hanging around. And actually, no, this happened before we had beef with each other because he was actually trying to talk to me. So I'm at the bar, he sees me and he's like trying to be cool with me. So I went inside because I was outside where we check IDs and everything. I went inside just to get away from him and he's hanging out. So like I told the head of security and he was ready to just like throw him out to like make him leave and shit. But and then he started fucking with like people selling hot dogs. So he's fucking crazy. But anyway, so about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I'm outside the bar and I'm standing at the back door to make sure nobody sneaks. Because when people come in, there's no re-entry through the back door. So I'm standing there to make sure nobody like slips in, right? As I'm there, and the line is fucking long. So it's like wrapped around the corner. So there's people right in front of the line is passing me. And he's on the other side of the line and he's panhandling. He has this fucking sign. He's panhandling, right? So you're on the side, it's downtown Seattle, you're on the sidewalk. People beg and stuff all the time. We don't give a fuck. Like you're on the side, we don't give a shit. But I did that day. So like he has his back to me and he has his whole sign and he's like doing whatever he's doing. I'm like, hey, yo, bro, you can't do that over here. And he turns around and he sees me like, the look on his face, like the embarrassment on his face, and he like ran off so quick. So yeah, it took a while because I think that was like the first time I spoke to him in probably like 2 years, and the first words I said to him in like 2 years were kicking him out for panhandling. Yeah.
Every time it was so cringe when like after the big incident and then you were like not talking to him and every time he would try to talk to you and you'd kind of just blow him off or whatever because it was usually when they were loading in the terminal or whatever, so it's everybody walking through turnstiles and so he would find it and you're on one side, I'm on the other, there's a bunch of turnstiles between us and people are coming through and then usually he would like somehow like single, like just by himself come through alone and try to like say, what's up to you? Or like, hey Q, how's it going? And then you'd be like, no. and then you would walk by and then I just have to, because he'll talk to me too. So now like, I was waiting for him to be like, why won't he talk to me? Like, and I didn't want to be in that position.
Oh, see, I was the opposite. So he would come in. And when I was working with Q, every time, like this is like, well, like the last 3 weeks I was working kind of thing. Every time he'd come in, I'd go up to him and I'd be like, hey, Q wants to talk to you.
So he told me he was going to do it. I was like, yeah. He's like, next time I see him, I'm going to tell me you want to talk to him, right? So I'm like, fuck it, do it. And he's like, really? I'm like, yeah, I want him to come over and try to talk to me so I can tell him, get the fuck out of my face.
Yeah, didn't he? No,
he never did it. He never did it. And I wish he did. I'd love to tell him, like, get away from me.
I remember talking to him. I'm like, yeah. I was like, hey, Q wants to talk to you. He's like, hey, he wants to, like, burn the bridge, and, or not burn the bridge, but, like, water under the bridge and, like, whatever, and get back to what it was, the way it used to be or whatever.
He's got no reason to believe you. And he was
like, no, I don't think he does. Like, the way he does his thing, like, and he's like, I don't believe you. But then again, it's also, in his defense, it's also.
You fucked with him so many times.
With the Rachel thing, too.
Yeah, I told him to call me Rachel. And this is like, no, he's got no reason to believe anything you guys say.
Bro, that was the hardest we've ever tried to convince somebody, though.
Oh, yeah. All right. So, because I remember we told you the whole Rachel thing where he got the nickname Rachel. So this dick guy, we told him, because again, he's one of those ones that tries to talk to everybody, that wants to be everybody's friend, and he knows everything about everybody. So we told him that his name was Rachel. We're like, yeah, when you see Oliver, you gotta call him Rachel. He's like, nah. And we're like, don't call him Oliver. He's gonna get pissed, bro. Like, he doesn't use that name anymore. And he's like, it took like 3 or 4 days to convince him. And we're like.
And the way we finally convinced him, we were like, dude, I'm serious. You can't be doing that. He changed his gender.
Like,
he was in the process of a change, and you can't be insensitive like that. Bro, I still remember the day you and me came in the next, like, it was like, we told them this is, so, because, okay, now mind you.
I think I yelled at him.
Yeah, yeah, so.
And she was like, I believe it. I was like, stop. You're being insensitive. You
and you gotta understand one thing about Dick, he comes in late, like, it's like a late ride. He never comes in like
midnight or something.
Yeah, or even like more
sometimes he does. Sometimes
he'll show up like 8 o'clock, but a lot of times it's
9:30. Yeah, like, and I think this last time he came in at 9:30 and we were yelling. I'm like, no, you have to call him this, right? And we were about to switch shifts. The next day, I remember you and me were working. He came in at 9. Oh my God, he was
so pissed.
He was so mad. He walks in, he's just like. It's like immediately I'm like, we're like, dude, so how'd it go? Because you told us what happened. You told us what happened. You like texted us and was like, yeah, he keeps doing this. And we're laughing on the foot. Like, we're at home laughing. Like, this is great. And then I remember us going and we were working. And he showed up at night. He was like the anger on his face. Like,
of all the stories, they never let that one down.
That was.
Remember the time when? No, I was gonna say he got tased, but he almost got tased at Home Depot.
Oh, yeah. You told me about that.
He told everybody that.
Dude,
he was trying to like sue Home Depot.
Yeah, because he was stealing. That's what was happening. So yeah, that was freaking hilarious. He came in here
he was defending somebody who was stealing.
No, it was him because he grabbed the candy, apparently put it in his pocket, and then the security guard.
No, I think. That's what it was. The security guard was fucking with somebody else, and he tried to defend the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not the story you told me.
That's what he told. Because I think I was with you when he told us what happened.
Oh, you're right. Because then he went out. Okay, sorry. Yeah, you're right. Because that guy went out to the sidewalk.
The security guard did use force with the guy that Dick was trying to defend, and then because he got in the middle of it, he's gonna get it too.
But also the way freaking Dick goes around. He literally,
yeah.
the way he like goes around, like he puts his hand in his pocket. So he said he got in the middle of it, and he was like he was like pretending he had something.
He always pretends he has a gun.
Yeah.
Which is the dumbest fucking thing to do.
Yeah. So I guess the security guard did pull like the taser, like to tase
he said
him.
It was on him. Yeah.
Yeah, and then then he took his hand out of his pocket or something like.
He had a like a kind of a meltdown in the terminal at one time where I had to stop him from pulling pepper spray on a guy. Like kind of same thing. Like he was harassing some other guys, like he did with the kid. I remember this guy. I think it was like maybe like during it was like a game night or something or whatever. It wasn't packed or whatever, but it was kind of like the aftermath, like the leftovers of people who didn't get on that biggest train ride. It was just some of that missed it. And there was this guy who had he had a pizza with him or whatever. And for some reason, Dick, I don't remember what it was that he got. Like I think maybe he also said something about him being home. I don't remember, but. This guy was not having it either, and he really got in his face. And same thing, like Dick threatened to like call the police. I got him on speed dial. I'm calling him right now. And then and then I came over and I saw him freaking out. It's the same thing that you did. Like I went to go talk with him and be like, dude, just calm down. I already spoke with him. He's not going to bother you. He's going to sit all the way over there. You go sit all the way the fuck over there. Don't talk to each other and stay out of each other's way. Don't say nothing. That's it. And then it took me like a few minutes to get him to calm down because he was just like, I'm calling him right now. And like, and you know what? You're probably gonna have to stop me because I might spray him. If he comes anywhere near me, I might fucking spray him. And I'm just like, Dick, if you fucking spray him, you're not gonna just piss me off. You're gonna piss off a lot more people in this terminal than just him because we're gonna have to evacuate. Because if you spray that shit in here, it's going to be hard to get it all aired out. Eventually, I got him to calm down, but that's just the type of person that he is.
So are you going to tell him about the big one? The one where he acted like us? Come on, bro. That's like yours and my biggest stories with Dick.
Where he acted like us.
You guys got some big dick stories?
You got some big dick stories.
I got a big dick story.
So.
When was that?
When the guy, didn't we tell you about how the guy, remember that we told you about the guy that shit himself? That we had to kick out with the long lost brother?
Okay.
Don't you remember when we were dealing with that? Dick was inside. So we get a call. We kick the guy out that has shit in his pants, right? He's walking down the thing with the long.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I remember.
We get a call. We need security inside. But we're dealing with this guy, so we're like, okay, you guys are gonna have to wait, because this is a big situation with all the brother and stuff. One of the staff goes in to take care of the situation. Then we go back in, come to find out Dick was sitting in the terminal, and one of the passengers, one of the passengers was sitting there like this, just like watching their phone, like YouTube, right? Not loud, not like extremely loud. Like apparently it was just like kind of listening to it. Well, Dick thought he could do our job, and walks up to her, by the way, to her, not even a freaking like the dude.
Oh, and the supervisor came and got us about him right after that.
Yeah, so
that's right. I forgot about her.
Yeah,
the Subway lady.
Huh?
She always came in and ate Subway.
Oh, okay.
And she snapped that one dude that one time, little guy.
Oh yeah. So yeah, that guy. That's who she snapped at, because he's the one that went in and
Colorado.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh no, not that. Not that guy. Different guy.
Oh, this was that one.
Oh, okay. So we get a call because it was the other little guy that was with us. He went in to go take. Anyway, he thought it'd be okay to act like us and tell her to turn it down. Well, she was like, "No, I'm not turning it down." And so she was like, "No, I'm not going to turn it down." And well, then she was watching the YouTube and went up like that to like watch it, to kind of like, like block it from like you seeing, like, so like if I was watching it, I'd be like, I'd block it so you could see it, whatever. Then he thought she was recording him. So he immediately freaks out and is like, you can't be recording me. Like he's freaking out, like I'm calling the cops because you're recording me and blah, blah, blah.
That's right. I
and so he's freaking out. He calls the cops. Like he actually dials 911. He calls 911 in front of her. Is like, I have this girl in here. She's recording me. I need you guys here as soon as I can. Like, I feel like my life is in danger. Blah, 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 blah.
That's fine.
And so we go in and we're like, so, then he goes and he gets on the train, because I don't even think we didn't have time to interact with him because we were dealing with that other guy. So that night, so the next night we were working together, he showed up and we were like, so tell us what happened. Because, we wanted to hear the story from his mouth, right? Like what actually happened.
And how he is after all that bullshit. After it doesn't matter how it's like there's always another day, always the next day. Whatever bullshit happens the night before, the next day he comes in like nothing ever fucking happened. He comes in like interrupt the conversation. Oh, it's like, hey guys, how's it going? And then that's when we were like, yo, last night was bullshit, man. Yeah, we were. What do you mean?
We were like, what the hell happened last night? And he was like, and he literally was like, yeah, what are you talking about? We're like, what do you mean? What are we talking about? And then we're like, we heard you called the cops. Oh, that was the other thing. He not only called the cops, he ended up calling one of them personally.
Like I said, he has all their phone numbers.
Right when he got home, I forgot about that. Yeah. He called the cops, and then he specifically called somebody who was like just got off shift. Like they were pulling in the house. Like it was like they were on like a 12-hour shift. They're like, yeah. And he was like, I'll deal with this tomorrow. Like we'll deal with him tomorrow, pretty much. And so we went in, we're like, what the hell happened? He's like, what are you talking about? What do you mean, what are we talking about? About this? And he's like, oh, she was recording me. And we're like, so? You're in a public space. You can be recorded. And you're like, yeah, you could be recorded. And he was like, no, she was doing that. And like, he starts making stuff up. That's the other thing, is the one thing when he tells a story, he starts making shit up to make him look better. Even though like if somebody witnessed it and would tell us like, yeah, this is what happened. He'd be like, that's not what happened. Like, and he starts like making shit up
to justify like his actions of behavior.
Literally, yeah. And he tries to act like us all the time. He's like, I'm a security guard. I could be a security guard too, but like it's bad.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's pretty much Dick.
And I just remember like I don't, because that was like really early on. Like we hadn't known him that long at that time, but the people that we worked with, the other workers, they told us many stories about him. But like at this point, like we've known him for years. But early on, it's like I had heard so much about him. We all have, and it's just like I didn't. After especially dealing with the long lost brother, like how long that took, and then having to come deal with that bullshit, and the next night, like already knowing what he's like, and then seeing it, I was just like, yeah, I'm not cool with that. So like I remember him trying to explain to you and I justifying his actions, and I remember you were like more of the good cop and I was kind of like the bad cop in that situation. Like you were like listening and you were like, yeah, but you can't do that. And then he's like, yeah, no, I know. And I was like, no, seriously, don't do that. Like I couldn't be more frank with him. I was just like, that was bullshit. Don't do that again. It's really annoying. It doesn't help. It makes it worse. You made her worse. And she's a whole separate thing. She actually became a separate problem individually with somebody else. And then it's just like, but having like two interact like that, and then he's just an instigator. He likes to stir shit.
But so that's his thing, like, because I know me and you, we've dealt with it a bunch of times. He'll come in, he'll walk in, he'll see like a homeless person or somebody that in his mind looks kind of sketchy, and he'll put his shit down maybe like 2 seats away from them or the row in front of them or whatever, and then he'll just walk away. Like he'll put his shit down, walk away, but where he could see it, and then he'll just like keep looking at it. And the second they even like look at his stuff, they don't have to touch it. They just have to look at his bag, like, hey, don't touch my stuff. But like he tries to start situations. One time he was actually useful. So we used to have the contract for like the buses and stuff, like the Metro contract. And I wasn't on this, but I heard it from like people that were there. The buses at the last stop, there's a guy that wouldn't get off the bus, right? So the crews try to get him off the bus. And with that contract, you'd have like three dudes working together. So they're like, hey, bro, you gotta get off the bus. The guy's not getting off. He pulls a knife out. They call PD. PD shows up. So now you have 3 guards and like 3 or 4 cops. And this guy has a knife and he's like, fuck it, I'm not getting off the bus. Dick walks by. Somehow he's at this bus stop in the middle of the night. He sees them. He knows like they're up. Like he recognizes like the patch or whatever. So he's like, yeah. So he sees like the uniform and stuff. And he's like, all right, I know this guy. And he always thinks like, we're his guys. Like that's in his mind. He's like you said, like he thinks he's one of us, right? This time he was actually useful though, because you have the guards, the cops, everybody, they can't get this guy off the bus. They said he went on the bus, which obviously you're not supposed to do. Walks through the cops, walks through everybody, gets on the bus, goes up to the guy with the knife. It was like, these guys are doing their job. Get the fuck off the, like he screamed at the guy and it actually worked out. The dude got off the bus. So that is the one time, and I bet his head was like huge after that because he thought he did something special. But
I hate giving him points.
What?
I hate giving him points.
I don't want to give that one time it actually worked out, but other than that, fuck him.
Yeah.
Fuck him.
Yeah. Well, when you talking about putting his stuff down, he did that one time. This is about 3 weeks before I left. So 3 weeks before I left, he came in and Dick came in and then he put his stuff down, like you were saying, next to a bunch of young girls, like a group of them. Like there was like, so the way the seats were like back to back, there was like 4 on one, 4 on the other. They all just came from like a concert. And yeah, they were, they weren't, they were wearing stuff that was, that probably shouldn't have. But either way, he still brought his stuff down, put it next to it. Then he walked away. And then but they were all like, what is going on? Like they kept, cause he kept walking around them, like they kept walking around them in circles. And we're like
to harass them, like being a creep or
yeah, kind of like a creep. Yeah.
Okay.
And it was like, what the hell are you doing? And he's like nothing, like, get your stuff. Cause actually someone came and complained and so I went over and I'm like, dude, get your stuff and get out. Like, not out, but like move, go across. Like, I understand you have to take this trend. Like, and we're very, even with him, we still do what we're supposed to do. Like, okay, we understand this is your only transportation, right? Like, we get it.
We're very lenient.
We are very lenient, exactly. But you have to, there's just a point when it's like, you need to move away. Like, if there's a situation, just grab your stuff and leave. But anyway, that's kind of our stories about Dick.
We got a lot of stories about Dick.
We got a lot of stories about Dick that you'll hear him throughout the, we'll talk about Dick a lot.
A lot of Dick.
a lot of Dick, especially when he becomes a big dick. It's I'm just kidding. No. Anyway.
Can't report that cock.
Thank you guys for... Anyway, thank you guys for joining us for Can't Report That podcast. We drop each episode on Mondays. Please feel free to join us. And if you haven't watched all the other episodes, go on back and watch them as well, because that way you understand what we're talking about sometimes in other stories.
Like, follow, subscribe, comment. We need those comments to start looking
beautiful.
Please.